Hey y'all, got Chris here back with another video. If you like the content, definitely leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'd appreciate that. But so this is gonna be why, as a new player or just in general, you should always run good budget gear. And I'm going to feature like a good budget loadout and kind of describe why I consider it good and like the advantages it gives you as a new player to like not just run in with the shirt on your back and a pistol. Um, and the main reason why is I'll just explain that right now is so if you're just running in with a pistol and you're not that good at the game, then you're trying to beat people who are oftentimes more experienced than you and they have a better gun than you. And then so like you're trying to like win a gunfight with a pistol and they got like decent gear and a rifle and you're just gonna get like shut down over and over again, right? So then if you start running sufficient gear, then now you're not losing fights because you just ran in with a pistol, right? And so then you're actually able to like get better and like maybe win those fights even if you weren't as good as them because like you're not just running a pistol and you like you watch like the 0 to heroes or like the really good players. They can do that because they make the decisions that enable them to be very effective with a pistol, right? And like you might be like pretty good at that or whatever. Everybody's like at their like own level, but in general you want to run like decent gear. And so I'm going to feature this particular budget set. So this cost me about 330k, and the key features is level 4 armor. You always want a level 4 or better body armor, and this is like the go-to budget one. This one in particular costs like 55k. There's other ones like this one here, which is like has slightly more armor but less space in it, and it's like the other one for like roughly 50k. And the reason why is like level 3 armor is super underwhelming. It feels like you're not wearing armor at all, to be honest. And so like the level 4s actually feel like you're getting something for it, which is great. You'll be like the 6B3T, I'm holding up again, right? And then so I always run a Radnik because it's green, and like if you run like a Shamog and you're running all green stuff, you're like super ninja in woods and shoreline and stuff, which is awesome. But ideally you want like level 4, but I feel like people will go out of their way, especially like cheaters, if they see me with like a level 4 helmet, that like I feel like I'll get hunted by like just malicious cheaters at some point. And so I never feel like anybody ever does that because I run a Ratnik, which is also very helpful. And then I run Comtax. I no matter what, you should always run headsets because hearing is so important. Like if you're not running a headset, then and you're not running a helmet that keeps you from getting one shot in the face, like you're making a big mistake in my opinion. Because like sound is it like a lot of gunfighting comes down to ambushing, and so like it's you don't always get like the chance to have like a gunfight with somebody. A lot of it's just like I hear you, I like line up the shot and blow, right? And then so like if they're always hearing you before you're hearing them, especially as a new player, you're at a huge disadvantage. And so like always run headphones, like especially if you're a new player, because you don't want to be losing because you didn't run the headset, right? Like because then you're losing because you just didn't bring enough gear, and then that's like keeping you from getting better, right? And then so I always run face covering. You can get balaclavas for 2k at Ragman. This is what I usually do. I just go to Ragman, hit balaclavas, and I'll buy 4, and I'll just always have like a few in my inventory, so whenever I die I just like go in and alt left click it and I have face covering all the time. And then so now we're gonna get into the meds, ammo, and the gun. So the meds, you always want a heavy bleed. I'll run 3 of the tourniquets, the little red things if I have to, but ideally want a hemostat. Morphine is ideal, or like Propital, but if you want like since it's like a budget run and you don't have just morphines laying around, you can run these little painkillers right here. And then like 2 light bleeds are good. And then for my ammo, this particular build is going to be with the UMP, so you're always going to want to bring as many extra magazines as you can with cheap ammo, because you never want to run out of ammo, because that'll get you killed. So right now I would usually run more, but I'm trying to level up my endurance so I can actually run more. Okay, so I'll probably do that anyways. But like, you want to run like as many magazines and as much ammo as you can without it being like too expensive or ridiculous. So I always run a lot of magazines with just like the best run-of-the-mill ammo you can get, and then on this particular one is going to be the budget UMP build. I'm going to run 4 mags with 15 FMJ rounds in the bottom and then 10 AP rounds on the top. So I'm going to be shooting those rounds first. And so I have 4 clips in with this budget build that can like pin like super geared players like alt and face shields. And so like if I have to fight someone like that right out the gate, I can kill them, but I'm also not spending a lot of money on it. Like this the whole kit costs like 335k, but let's see how much the gun costs. The gun itself was 85k, and then I spent 70k for the ammo. So that's what, 155k for like the weapon system, and that's really cheap. Like a lot of players would be spending like 250k 300k on their gun, and I can actually drop them. I mean, granted, I am at a disadvantage, but I can beat them, right? Which is like super powerful. It's for such a low cost. And then like bags. So for this bag, it cost me 20k, but then I can bring out 20 things worth of stuff. So if each one of those things is worth 10k each, then for a 20k investment, I'll have made 200k. So like if you're not running a bag, you're preventing yourself from making money whenever like you do have a good run. And so it's almost always worth it to bring a bag, unless you're like just trying to get a task done and you're like not gonna loot it all, in which case that is advisable at some point. But I mean, if you're like trying to like come out with loot and like make money and have a successful raid, it's always gonna be worth investing in a bag. But yeah, so now for the gun build itself. So what's so nice about the UMP is it already has all the rails on there, so you don't have to buy anything else. All you have to do is just throw the attachments on there and you're good to go, which is awesome. And then you fold the stock, so if you want to like change them out and like have extra ones, it only takes up 4 slots if you don't run the suppressor. Otherwise it takes up 3. It's a bit bigger, right? So it's very cool. It's convenient for that. And then so for the sighting is actually really important. If I'm just going factory, the sighting is actually useless. The magnifier is useless, so I'll just run like a XPS or like just like a normal holographic sight. But for like woods and stuff like that, or interchange or anything, having that magnifier, that 3x magnifier, makes you a lot more effective at certain distances. It enables you to like really click heads, which is like super nice. So I would definitely advise using this particular site. But you could save a lot of money on like another site. This one costs usually like 30 to 40k. And then the light, if you look for cheap lights with lasers, you can get them for about 10k, and you can just like stock up on them. Otherwise they might run you like 18k if you're always buying like the same type. And then same thing with the foregrips. Ideally you want 2% recoil, 6 ergonomics, and you're just going to want to get the cheapest one that you can get consistently, and you can save a lot of money on that. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the gun build. Actually, I lied. So also I'm going to advise like a particular strategy with this gun, which makes it so effective, right? So if you're just shooting it and you're not really like understanding how reliable the gun is, you'll think it's rather inaccurate because it will bounce around a lot. Make sure you have the laser on there. See, it does bounce around a lot. But if you know that, like, if you just mag dump, you shoot 25 times and you're going to hit them at least, like, I don't know, 12 to 16 times, like, it becomes a very reliable gun. Like, because what ends up happening is you just aim at their head and you'll know you're gonna hit their head eventually. So long as you just like have faith in the gun, it will perform for you like over and over and over again. It's very reliable. I love this gun to death. And also the it's very satisfying without the suppressor because it just sounds awesome, but it's also really effective at point fire, so you don't have to ADS all the time. It's very effective with point fire actually, and it's very satisfying. It's a cool gun. I love this gun to death. But and then yeah, I guess so what it becomes is you start out and like you might be doing a whole bunch of pistol runs and you're just losing a bunch of fights because you're not necessarily better than them, and even if y'all are on equal skill levels, they brought better gear, so they just beat you more often than not, right? So then and then you get to the point where you start running budget gear and you start getting better with it, and then you start performing, and then it gets to the point where that's like all you run, and you're like do scav runs and make sure you have money to like run this gear, and then whenever you like need to go do extreme things, like I need to go to factory and wipe the lobby, then you can run the budget gear, but at some point you'll save money investing in better gear, because then you'll improve your chances of success. So I won't necessarily run a budget gear all the time, but I will always at least run budget gear. And then so like a good example would be my RPK gun build. I might link some stuff in there, but like that's what I would like run it down on factory if I was just trying to stomp everybody. I just like bring the barrel max, but if I'm like on a money run and like I want to have at least enough threat, like with the AP rounds to like down a geared player, and then enough ammo to just kill any scav that I have to for like the entirety of my raid, right? And so that's like the whole idea behind it. And I mean, if you start running only budget gear, you're gonna be running into like all these like pistolings and stuff, and you're just gonna like run them over, and you're gonna be like, oh yeah, that's why I don't want to be that person, right? It's totally gonna happen like all the time, unless you're just making all the wrong decisions. But anyways, yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and end this video here. Thanks for checking out the content. If this was helpful to you at all, maybe check out some of my other stuff. I'm kind of full of all kinds of shit. But I'll catch you on the next one. Bye. There's two of them. This should be fun. They're actually hunting me? Cool, I might win this. This is fun. I wonder if I killed that guy, because I just heard one person walking around. And I know there was two. I should have pushed him sooner, now I have to expose myself. I had my chance, now I have to fuck up. Here you go. Jeez. All I have to do is wait for him to leave the house. They're upstairs. They're just like shitting themselves right now. I don't have to fight them. Fuck, they hit me? Must have a really good angle then. This dude might have a grenade. So this is the no man's land that I was talking about. This is like high level gunfighting here. Because now either I have to push them or they have to push me. And I basically just have them trapped here. And I can leave, so that's advantage me. And all I have to do is just wait for them to leave. And if I push that building, they're just going to shoot the fuck out of me. Now they have to come out here. But it all just comes down to who's more patient. It's like, do I want to just sit here till the end of the raid? Because at some point that's what would happen. Like, they could just camp that room and I couldn't necessarily run in there and beat them. And I could just camp them out right here. GG's, man. Now it's how you gunfight.